A to the L to the I to the Z to the E, and it's all on me. Legend Z Alizé, and I'm back with another video. Wake up, no makeup, half naked. I feel like I'm the ish. Part of my language, but hangups do not define the kid. No, I'm not flawless. I'm scarred up and I'm fine with it. That's Iraq forever. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to listen to it, I don't know if I'll put it in the description and put the link in the description. I don't know if I'll do that, but I'm gonna play this while we talk about today's topic. And today's topic is about the law of compensation. All right. So I got my notes today. And I was also, before I even jump into the video, hold on, I have to pause the song. Before I even jump into the video, I want to apologize to you guys because the second video I talked about was tolerance versus acceptance. However, I got a little bit confused with what I was talking about. It was pertaining to tolerance, but I went off topic, so I'll drop another video about tolerance later on, probably tonight. And I'll go in full detail about tolerance versus acceptance. Actually, what I was explaining to you was pertaining to judging others, like when people judge others, but however, they're judging themselves, really. So I'll just have another video about that. So I do apologize, and let me know if I make mistakes, guys. I'm very, easy to talk to. I'm very humble, so you can tell me, hey, Alize, you should do this or you should do that. Just inform me, let me know in the comments below. But we'll get into this and, let's go. So basically, the law of compensation, I want to first explain what that is. I have my notes today, so I always have my notes, just so you guys aren't knowing I'm just talking out of my behind. Okay? So the law of compensation relates to the law of attraction. All right, and the law of correspondence. Okay, you reap what you sow. Okay, stating your efforts will always come back to you positively. If you seek something, you must contribute in some way towards your goal. Now, to reiterate what they're talking about, I had to go into full detail because I myself wasn't really understanding the law of compensation and understand how you use it when they said you reap what you sow. I would always look at that as a negative thing, but however, it can also be a positive thing. Like they say there's good karma, there's also bad karma. Well, vice versa. There's bad karma, but there's also good karma, okay? And I remember what I decided to do was I decided to go and research some things. Bob Proctor was talking about, he went further into detail, okay? He said, the amount of money you earn, okay? The amount of money you earn will be the ratio, okay, of three things. The need for what you do, the need for what you do, which is the great need, the ability to do it, and the difficulty of the reason for replacing you, okay? Now, once again, he says the need for what you do, the ability to do it, and the difficulty of the reason for replacing you. Okay? And he went further into detail and he explained that the need for what you do, meaning, is there a great need as to what you're doing? Far as if it has to deal with you in your job or your career, okay? And there's a difference between being an employee and being an entrepreneur. So he goes on to talk about how he has, Bob Proctor, he's a motivational speaker, and I really don't, I know him as being a motivational speaker. And, he's a businessman, he's an entrepreneur. So really, it's about you actually deciding, as of right now, what you do, okay, is that really needed? Is that a great of a need? And depending on what you do, that's where you have to determine the future, your future outcome. He also says the ability to do, it, get really good at it. Get really good at it. Get really good at it. Master it is what I like to say. And he says it himself. He's always studying personal development, self-development, how you can become better personally. Because Jim Rohn had mentioned, in order for your life to change, you must be willing to change. You cannot be an average person. You cannot be an above average person if you continue to be average. If you continue to think average, I would say not average like-minded. Actually, I like that, average like-minded. If you think at a low, if you have like a low vibration, you can't see yourself at a higher position, okay, at a higher rate in life. I want to say you are always thinking negative and your vibration is always low, and you're always assuming that, you know, you're not going to be good at something. Like, you have the vibration of that, but you have hopes and dreams, and you have these dreams of becoming great. It's not going to work out, okay? You follow me? So Bob Proctor goes into saying that, going back to what he said, get really good at it. So what you do, you know, he likes to study personal development, how you can become a better person in order to become successful. And personally, as an individual, because in order to become successful, it starts with you. Because I believe Eric Thomas says success is already within you. And a lot of motivational speakers have said this. Success is already within you, okay? And then he says the difficulty of the reason for replacing you. Now, when he talks about that, okay, hold on, let me clean my glasses with water. Now, when he talks about that, he's basically saying that it all lines up. For example, if you are a motivational speaker, you're someone who's very successful at what you do, and you have a great of a need, because people need motivational speakers. There's a great need for motivational speakers. There's a great need for entrepreneurs, for realtors. There's a great need for people who are cartoonists, who like to animate, you know, for marketing. There's a great need for people in, I want to call it the entrepreneurship world, okay? And even in music, artists, okay? You people who act, etc., things like that. There's a great need for this. And when there's like a need for what you do, you're not going to just want to be good at it, but you're going to want to master it. So although this is my first time even putting out these videos and talking about self-development and being able to teach what self-development is, also helping people with manifesting, it goes deeper into spirituality. Yes, it does. And becoming the version that you truly want to become, okay? All of these things are to be practiced. Just like self-love is to be practiced, but you don't just want to become good. You want to master it. You want to have the ability to master it is what you desire and what you really want to go for to become successful. And for you to become successful, you must master it, and it must be at a point of difficulty where they cannot replace you. Because if you just become good at something, like me, there's things I have to work on in order to master, okay, my self-development of who I am as an individual, and in order to become successful. It gets deeper. Because if you're just only working on something just to be good at it, like some people will work on their job, like, and they'll be at their job just to be just do enough to be good, but they don't master it. They don't go above and beyond. They don't live up to the highly expectations of themselves. So if you don't do that, you will not be successful. You have to put yourself in a stance where it is too difficult for you to be replaced. Because once it's too difficult, it'll be like, oh my God, this person is so good at what they do, they can't be replaced. That is when you come to the full understanding of masterization. When you have mastered it is what you know there is a great need of you doing. Okay? So don't just become good at something, but master it. Because this revolves around the law of compensation. And it goes deeper because I was reading something and it was talking about the amount of effort that you put into something is what you will get back. So if you are putting in little amount of effort, that is what you will receive back in return. But if you are going past your limit, like they say, people that want to really excel and want to really lose weight, they're going to go past their limit. They're going to go into the point, if people in sports, they're going to injure themselves and they're going to keep going back and keep going above that limit because they have high expectations. But the more effort that they put into it is what the universe will give back. Because when you go past your limits, I like to say, in my perspective, I like to think of life as unlimitless. When you think at a limited mindset, you will limit yourself and you will have limit beliefs and you will stay in a stagnant position. You will not grow. Because if you continue to limit yourself, you will limit yourself in anything that you do. Whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, you won't excel to be a higher good. You won't excel to be the better version of yourself. So depending on how much you put in is what you will receive. So I decided to, because I listen to Les Brown a lot, and he goes on to talk about, he mentions Zig Ziglar. And there was this powerful, powerful quote. I was listening to it. The name of the video is called Zig Ziglar, How to Change Your Mindset in 21 Days. 21 days. Then it says, this powerful quote, it says, positive will let you do everything better than negative thinking. Okay? Actually, we're going to look up that quote right now because I want to make sure that I'm giving you, the whole gist of everything. Okay? Thinking, positive thinking. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative thinking will. Okay, I said it right. Positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative thinking will. And we're going to come back and we're going to go into law of compensation. This revolves around all of it. It does. Listen. And what I decided to dish from that and come up with my own explanation, was success is not determined by what you think, but what you do. I'm going to say that again. Success is not determined by what you think, but what you do. And the reason that is of being is because positive thinking, it will let you do everything better than negative thinking. It's true. Because it will keep you from thinking negative. You'll be in a high vibrational, in a high vibrational mood. You'll be happy. You'll be optimistic. However, you being positive is not going to be the key to becoming successful. It's what you do. It's the matter of action. For example, Tony Robbins said, you don't have to feel good every day, knowing that you have to do what you need to do to become successful. And the reason this is important is because, stay with me. The reason this is important is because I myself, I had mentioned I exercise. I used to exercise a lot, an hour. I made it to an hour and 36 minutes one time before I injured my foot. And then afterwards I became lazy and I was eating a lot and I was putting back on weight. And, you know, as you can see, yes, I have to go back down and, you know, do my whole thing. You know, I decided to just, I wasn't committed no more because of my injury. I was just lazy. And I wasn't realizing that, you know, I needed to take action if I wanted to lose weight. I can't just think I'm going to lose weight and magically lose weight and just wake up one morning. Or I can't think that I want to be a motivational speaker and not continue to put content out there or continue to put myself out there on social media for, you know, or try to get in contact with people or try to make moves to do what I need to do. Or not try, but make moves and act. You know, I can't I can't put myself in the position of saying I want to be the best-selling author in history if I'm not putting in the work to write my book, right? Okay, so just because you think positive is not going to make you successful. Because people, the point in all of this is because this morning I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to exercise. No, but I did. I wasn't too positive about it. I wasn't too willing to. I'm determined to wake up and, no, I didn't want to. I was lazy. But I still did it. So me, even despite how I was feeling, because our thoughts become our emotions, okay? I still did it anyway. And that is exactly why law of compensation is very important. Because if you know that you are putting in a lot of effort, despite how you may be feeling, but you know you set an intent in your manifestations, despite how you may be feeling, and you want to become successful, you're going to get up and get the job done. You're going to make sure that you do it, and you're going to make sure that you excel, and you're going to make sure that you put every bit of every minute, every second of every minute, every hours, you're going to put all that work in, and you're going to get back a lot more than what you even put in. You're going to get back so much more because you are going to receive is greater because you put in the amount of effort. And the universe is very kind and very sweet and amazing. God is amazing. Whatever your belief is in is going to give you even way much more than you even asked for because of the effort and the dedication that you put in to what it is that you want or wanted. Okay? And he says, this is very interesting. Draw out and pull out. We have to draw out those qualities. Pull them out. Find them, pull them out, and put them in use. Because that is what's going to determine your outcome. Not what you think, what you do. Your action. What action are you setting forth as of right now? Even if it's just a little bit, even if you're spending an hour on your craft out of your day, what did you contribute? What effort did you contribute so you can receive it is what you desire? What was the dedication? Sometimes you're not going to wake up and want to do certain things. You're going to get tired, and it's going to be that voice in your head saying, you're tired. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I just don't want to do it. But when you have, okay, when you have that willpower and you have that list or your dream board, because I'm working on my dream board right now. You have that dream board and that vision is what's going to keep you going. So when you're using the law of compensation, when you're manifesting, especially if it's something that is outside of you, when you're manifesting, okay, you're manifesting success, you're manifesting to become rich, you're manifesting. I want you to ask yourself, as of right now, is what I'm doing is a great need? Is this a great need? Truthfully. Because I can be inspiring other people. I could be doing something greater. Whether that's your paintings, whether you are an artist, whether you are a speaker, whether you are a writer. What is it that the world needs? Then you have the ability, master it. Don't be good, master it. And become so difficult to where you cannot be replaced. That is how you utilize the law of compensation. Thank you, Bob Proctor. Thank you, Zig Ziglar. Ask yourself that question and really sit and think. Okay? Now, the reason I said positive thinking does not determine your success, but what you do is because people are not going to be positive all the time. You're not going to feel good all the time. It's not gonna happen. There are days where you are going to want to stop and give up. But you have to keep going no matter what, because your thoughts are not you. Okay? You control the vehicle. You must take action. I must take action. We must take action. This is true. I'm sorry. I'm hurting because I'm very sore. Okay? So, this really stuck out to me, and I really wanted to talk about this because it at first I was confused. I was like, wait a minute, I'm not really understanding truthfully what this is. I'm not getting it. And when I finally watched a YouTube video, because I do watch Bob Proctor even beforehand, even at one point I was close. I talked to one of Bob Proctor's colleagues, and I was close to actually meeting this guy, and I didn't even take the opportunity, and I messed myself up. I'm so serious. Like, it was just like, oh my God, that's so much. And this was at the time when I was working as a nursing assistant. And I was thinking to myself, like, wait a minute, how the heck am I going to be able to do this? And, and it's so crazy because it's like you're thinking of the money, and it's like, dang, I don't have the money. And see, that's something that we tend to think about. Where's the money going to come from? Okay? Set an intent out to the universe and believe, and ask, believe, and you shall receive. Don't ever limit yourself and put yourself in a situation of putting a step back. Who knows? If I met Bob Proctor, my life could probably have changed by now. And this is why I'm here to tell you today. Do not limit yourself. Ever limit yourself. The law of compensation works in specific instructions, okay? This is a specific manual that you must follow. Reap what you sow, stating your efforts will always come back to you positively. So if you know that you're putting in your effort and you're putting in the amount of time that you need to, then just know that it will come back to you in return in a very amazing way. And you may just get more than what you asked for. Like when people are manifesting specific people back into their life, a lot of people want to focus on the external part of that and focus on that person. Focus on yourself, because first you want to build that foundation and have that foundation within yourself first, okay? And prepare yourself, because the universe is working behind the scenes at all times. okay? And they say you're going to, you know, and by that time you have your specific person, and you get way more than what you asked for. You probably will get someone even better than that specific person that you once wanted before, and you may not even want that person because you become a different version of who you are. The law of compensation works in very in mysterious ways. The universe is always working at all times. Believe in these laws because they are very important. And I want to let you know that I hope this video not only just changed your mind, but it also not changed your mind, but helped you, and also makes you want to make more of an improvement with your life and continue to make a better improvement. I get up every morning, and it may not be as early. I exercise and go back to sleep. I'm not going to lie. But I got up and I decided to continue to write in my book, and I decided to continue to I was very disappointed because the content that I put out yesterday in the second video, because it didn't even make any sense, and now I can't even delete it, so I'm kind of upset with myself. But I said, am I going to stop? No. Even if people laugh at me or talk about me, like I said, it doesn't matter. That's their perspective at the end of the day. I got up, I decided to research and listen to one of the greats. Like Bob Proctor said, you want to listen to the greats. You want to practice. What are they doing? You want to write down the skills that they implement and continue. I read books about people who are successful. I listen to videos online about successful people and what they do, because in order for me to be successful, I must change myself. Meditations, affirmations, all of these things go hand in hand together. And you must remember that greatness is within you, and it's you that is great. It is not outside of you that is what's great. It's what's inside of you that is. So regardless of what you have done, I do not care. As of today, you are great, and you are more than great, and you will be that person that will be too difficult to replace. Do not put yourself in a position of not feeling that you cannot go against the giants, because I am. So I hope you liked the video. I hope it really inspired you, and it inspired you to become great, and it inspired you to use the law of compensation in the correct way. Remember, your ability is what matters, and you mastering it is what matters, and becoming too difficult to be replaced. These are words from Bob Proctor. And like I said, success is not what you think, it's what you do. Peace.